Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to lesson 2 of the Makeblock Steam on Board course. I hope you guys enjoyed the first lesson and have learned a whole lot about how to get started with Mblock. My name is Abdul Razak Esakjee from uTyala STEM Institute, and I will be guiding you guys today through this video. Before we get going with lesson 2, let's do a real quick recap on what we learned in lesson 1. So the first thing we learned about was the graphic user interface of the Mblock software, also known as the GUI. The section right on top of the GUI is known as the menu bar. In the menu bar, you can select your language preference, you can open existing files, create new files, or save your current work. You can also use the menu bar to access examples and tutorials. We use the stage area to preview the output of your program, connect devices, activate and edit sprites, and we also use it to change the background images of your program. The block area is where you can find all of the ingredients needed to compile your program. Each tab is color-coded so that it's easy to find the commands that you are looking for. Lastly, the script area is where all of the magic happens. This is where your program is written in a logical sequence so that it can do what you planned for it to do. We also learned that to start the program, you click on the green flag, and to stop the program, you click on the red circle. We learned about which button to click for full screen mode, as well as which button to click to exit full screen mode. So do you remember in lesson 1, we introduced our engineer Panda to all of you? Did you guys notice that Panda speaks a little bit weird? Kind of like a robot? The thing is, Panda is from a different planet. The first time that Panda got here, he had loads of difficulty communicating with other people. The first time Panda spoke to a human, it sounded like a whole lot of gibberish. This made it really hard for Panda to fit in and be comfortable in his new environment. So now we're going to solve Panda's problem of not being able to communicate in a language that we can all understand. In this lesson, we are going to learn how to create speech as an output, but in the form of a text box, kind of like how comics are written. For us to get going with this, we need to make sure that we have all of the necessary tools. Firstly, you will need a computer with the Mblock software installed on it. Again, if you don't have the software, I've added a link to the description where you can download it. Specific to this lesson, we will focus on just a few blocks. Remember, I need you guys to understand why we use these blocks. So the first block that we will use can be found in the Events tab. Looks familiar? Now think about anything that needs power to work. Let's say your computer. What's the first thing that you need to do in order for you to use it? Switch it on, right? So in the same way, a program needs to have a switch in the very first line. This tells the program that when I click on the green flag, or whatever you want to define as the switch, then do all of the things that follow after that. Make sense? The second set of blocks that we will use can be found in the Looks tab. The Looks tab contains all of the things that you will need if you want to create a visual output, meaning something that you can see. Now, we have chosen to use two types of Looks blocks. The first one says hello for 2 seconds and the second one say hello. So what's the difference between the two? Well, in the first one, there is a time involved, and in the second one, there is no time involved. What this will mean is that if you wanted the output to be displayed for a specific time period, you would use the block where time is specified. And if you want the text to be displayed for the entire duration of the program, you would use the second type. Easy, right? The other cool thing about the Looks blocks is that if you click on any of the white parts where there's stuff written in it, you will be able to edit it to whatever you want to show as a visual text output. Go ahead and try it out. Okay, cool. So now it's time to take all of the stuff that we've learned and put it into practice. So for this section again, I suggest that you split your screen in half. Adjust the window where you're watching the video on one side of your screen and adjust the MBlock software window to the other half of the screen. Like this, you will be able to move from the video to the software without too much of hassle. Also, after each step that's demonstrated in a video, pause the video and then try it out for yourself. Remember, try not to learn these steps like a recipe. Understand why you are doing what you are doing. If you feel that you can anticipate the next steps, go ahead and try it out for yourself. Okay, cool. So I'm going to go through the practical part of lesson 2 with you guys. We have two objectives that we need to achieve here. The first one is to make Panda speak. The second one is to change the background. So if you've opened up MBlock, it's kind of going to look the same as my window. What you want to do first is make sure that sprites is activated. So whatever programs that you write is going to be affected on Panda being the sprite. So the first thing you want to do is look for events, click on it, and then look for when green flag is clicked. So click on it, drag it, drop it into your script area. The next thing you want to do is look for your looks tab, click on it, and then look for the block that says say hello for 2 seconds, which is this guy over here. Click on it, drag it, and snap it on like a puzzle piece. So let's go and test if our program works. So then we're going to go to our preview area, click on the green flag, then that says hello, and then it shows visually for 2 seconds and then disappears. So let's try the second block that we came across, which is this one here, just plain and simple say hello without any time involved. So here's how you're going to delete the block. You click on the block that you don't want anymore, and you drag it to the left until you see kind of like a bin icon. If you drop it on there, that's how you delete the block. We're then going to take the say hello block, drag it, snap it on again like a puzzle piece, and then go and try out our program again in our preview area. So click on green flag, Panda says hello, doesn't ever go away. The only time that it will go away is after I click on the stop button. Cool, makes sense? The next thing we're going to do now is change the background. In order to do this, what you're going to do is go back to your stage area, click on background, and then click on this little plus sign, which means that you want to add a new background. Click on the space tab, and then choose one of the space backgrounds, kind of so that it can match with the whole theme of Panda coming from outer space. I like this one, so I'm going to go for this one. So now you'll see in your preview area that the background actually changes. Go back to your sprites tab, and you'll see that the program that we wrote previously still exists. So I want Panda to say hello for 2 seconds. So I'm going to delete what I don't want, add say hello for 2 seconds, and now I'm going to click on the green flag to run my program. Okay, hello, 2 seconds goes away. Cool. I can now press stop to stop my program from running. And remember what I said earlier, that if you click on the white space where there's text, you can actually edit it for whatever you want to display visually. Here's what I meant by that. So if I go to the hello part and I click on it, let's make Panda say Sawubona. S-A-W-U-B-O-N-A. If you guys don't know what Sawubona means, go and Google it. Right, so let's let Panda say Sawubona for 5 seconds. So if I click on there and I change 2 to 5, now let's run our program and see what happens. Panda says Sawubona for 5 seconds, goes away. So all of these things that are in a white background with numbers in it, you can actually edit those numbers or that text to whatever you want to edit it to. Easy as cake, right guys? Okay, so it's homework time. Here's what you guys need to do. In a new program, first thing you're going to do is change the background to a space themed background. The next thing you're going to do is use the hello for 2 seconds block and create a program that's based on the information that you see in the table. After you guys have completed and tested your program, take a picture of it from your screen and tag uTyala STEM Institute on Facebook and Instagram. I've added our Facebook and Instagram details in the description of this video. Here's a bonus round challenge for you guys to try out. So what you need to do is to create your own introduction for Panda. Use different backgrounds. Go ahead, use your imagination. Take pictures of these new programs that you guys have made and tag us on Facebook and Instagram as well. Let's see who can come up with the coolest intro for Panda. So it's quiz time again. Same deal, guys. 3 questions, 10 seconds. Are you ready to go? So this brings us to the end of lesson 2 of the Makeblock Team on Board course. I hope you guys are feeling a bit more comfortable with Mblock compared to before. Don't forget to take pictures of your homework and bonus challenges and tag us on Facebook and Instagram. Remember, there's nothing wrong with being wrong. The whole idea is to learn from what we have done wrong so that we can perfect what we have learned. Until next time, happy programming with Mblock.